Hey everyone, how you doing? It's a good day here. Hope it's a good day where you are. So today I want to be talking about why I feel like dropping out of high school. There's a lot of kids that feel like doing it and a lot of kids that don't. I'm going to be telling you what I think about it and the conclusions I've come to from analyzing school and all the aspects in it. So I've written down a list of things. My beautiful list is right here. And it contains, well, my thoughts and what I think about school, the pros and cons, and which one kind of overrules, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and enjoy the video. So first things first is you need to know how old I am. Well, I'm grade 11, which is 16 years old in Australia. I'm sure the American system is different, or the different countries. So I'm actually eligible to leave high school if I desire to. But yeah, so I'm grade 11 and I live in Australia. So there's my settings and everything. Okay, so let's get on with this. So the first thing I have on my list is, well, it's a con, firstly. I'm gonna start with the cons and go to the pros. And the first thing is I think school destroys creativity. Because when I know I see this with everyone. I see this with everyone at school. When they go to school, they're just dead, brain dead. That no one expresses who they are as a person, their individuality. Everyone's just so focused on keeping an image up. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids are focused on keeping an image. The teachers are focused on following the legislation, the rules. And yeah, I respect the teachers for doing that because they have to. Otherwise, you can get sacked in this modern day. And the kids, it's just like the environment is not good. So what I mean by school destroys creativity is, I mean, the way the school teaches the kids. So it's all set. So like, do this, you must do this, you must do this, you must do this. There's no flexibility in the learning. And I think without flexibility, kids they just don't get a way to express themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal take on it. If you have any different take on the creativity aspect, feel free to comment down below. But I think creativity is a really big aspect of part of being a human, because that's what really just makes us people. Being able to create, to innovate, to design things, and that's what keeps the world moving. And I feel like school just destroys that. It's got to do with the environment, just the setting and how everything's, and a majority of it actually is the kid's behavior. And being a kid, you actually are a boring person. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you can follow along with that, because most kids these days are actually very boring. But yeah, so that's like my first thing is creativity. And speaking of creativity, the whole idea of creativity, I feel like creativity can be expressed through your personality, through artwork, through videography, even through, and actually a main one is actually music. Telling a story. I feel like those are the main aspects where creativity can come into play. And it can come in anywhere. Inventions, just a lot of the beautiful things in the world. Like everything you see around you, cars, this, that. That's all inventions. Through the creativity of the mind, they will be able to create. And yeah, I feel like school just doesn't allow that. I feel school programs you to be a bot and to not think outside the box, to, you know, invent things. And again, that leads into another point, which has to do with school training you to be an employee. But I'll get onto that one later. But next we have on my list, number 2, the school environment doesn't allow personal growth. So what I mean by that is I feel like the school environment is very limiting, and I feel that's because of how the kids behave and how just it all is. So for example, the social hierarchy in school, there's the cool kids, there's the like middle tier, lower tier. There's a hierarchy, and it like categorizes you by like, I don't know, it can be very superficial. It can be just how you look as a person, or it can be maybe you're a little bit different and you get cast down the bottom. Maybe you're different and you get cast and you get put at the top. So there's a few different people just fall under a lot of different tiers, and I feel like that really can destroy personal growth, because it doesn't really allow you to see different people, to, you know what I'm saying? Because it kind of categorizes you with just, you're like this, hang around them. You're like this, hang around them. And I feel like everyone should be mixing around together. And at school, that's just like a sin almost, to go, you know, just hang around anyone. Like, because everyone's like, oh, what are you doing in my group? What are you doing in my group? What do you like? Because everyone's so protective, so superficial, so stupid. Just quick Exclaimer, teenagers are stupid. And I know you guys, even including me, I'm a teenager too. I'm stupid too. But with personal growth, those are the main things at school which kind of limitate you from growing as a person. It's mainly the social aspect. And there's a few other things, but I think the social one is just the one that overrules everything. There's also, I guess you could say, an education limit, because the stuff they teach you at school is not very needed. Like, am I going to be using some of the things I'm learning in maths in the future? No, but again, I could be learning something else that would help me grow as a person, something I actually enjoy, so maybe a different area, I don't know, something. It's hard to say. I'm not the creator of the curriculum or anything, but that's what I think about personal growth in the schools. Thirdly, I have kids always try to act cool for credibility. And following on that list, I did. Along with that, most kids are jerks. And I mean, let's be honest, that's true. Like I said before, kids are jerks. But the case is, kids are always trying to act cool. They're trying to be cool for credibility, social clout, and all those very superficial things. And you need to know as a person that they're stupid. I'm not saying the kids are stupid, they are kind of stupid. But chasing short-term popularity is just, don't even bother doing that. Focus on growing, understanding who you are as a person, becoming intelligent as a start of it. Because once you become intelligent, you'll be able to see through the stupid, superficial things that people do. And it's not just in the school environment, it's also in the older people. I don't know what you call it, whatever, older people. You can see it with money, with wealth. People always try to outdo each other. And I feel like, when does that ever end, honestly? Like, I mean, when are you ever going to get enough money? When are you ever going to top the list? You know what I'm saying? But falling back to school, popularity in school is worthless. Don't even try, it's stupid. Because to keep up the stupid image of like, I'm a tough guy, I smoke this, I drink alcohol, I'm so strong. Don't even bother. It's worthless, and that's another aspect which I think is bad about school. Kids are always trying to be cool, and I feel like it's terrible. You shouldn't. You should just be equal with each other, enjoy each other's presence, and just get work done. You know what I'm saying? If you guys understand what I'm saying, please comment down below. Yes, I do, because I would really enjoy that. I'm actually recording this on this, so I have to like kind of face down to get the nice sounds. How's that? You like that ASMR? No, sorry. You like that ASMR? Alright, so following along, I have on the fourth thing, teachers don't have proper relationship with the kids. Sorry. Yeah, so what I mean by that is, these days I feel like teachers can't actually bond with the kids or have a proper connection. Bond sounds a bit weird. Have a proper connection with the kids. It's because these days it's seen like, oh, teachers talking to the kids, you're a bit weird. And I mean, that can be true in some cases, but I feel, well, I think having a better relationship with the teachers would be better in controlling class behavior. Just getting to know the teacher better, so the teacher can help you in a more way that because they know you better, they can help you in a way that will, like, I don't know, go through you. I mean, so yeah, I mean, teachers having a better relationship with kids will make the school environment better, and kids will get to know teachers better, and it's all happy days from there. So that's another one of my cons as to why I feel like dropping out, because, like, you know, kids just don't really have good relationships with their teachers anymore. Okay, so I've got a few more on this list for the cons, and then we'll go to the pros soon, and we'll see what we'll do from there. So I got, most of the stuff you get taught in the real world is not applicable to the, most of the stuff you learn in school is not applicable to the real world. So you don't get taught how to hustle and how to operate in the world. And what I mean by hustle is how to do business, how to trade the stocks, how to get a job, how to do this, how to do that. Things that actually matter in real life. Learning the Pythagorean theorem is not going to help me get a job. Well, it will in the sense that getting a degree, but it's not going to help me in my interview. It's not going to help me do this and that. You know, getting a university degree it's just a thing. It's just that there. It's just like, I did this, I learned that, and I feel like that's not as strong as having a good personality and a good presence, you know, just wherever you go. So what I mean by that, when I'm along with the line, I'm actually losing the plot right now. I'm actually overthinking, but yeah. So most of the stuff we get taught, you can't really apply it. Think of all the maths you've learned at school so far. Can you apply it? I don't think you can, because the only thing I've ever applied is like 2 plus 2. I've never actually done the times tables. I don't think I've ever needed to do the times tables. All I've done is just like take away and subtraction, because I worked at Domino's, and that's when I had to do subtraction, and a lot of subtraction and a bit of plussing, actually, a bit of plussing. Yeah, but like none of this calculus, which I'm currently learning now, I don't know when I'm ever going to use that. But it's just part of school. It's just what you have to do. I guess it does educate you somewhat, but I don't think it's very essential. I think we should be learning more real things, like how to trade the stocks, how to be a businessman, how to be entrepreneurial. I think those are more valuable to our lives than learning calculus. But then again, the school teaches calculus, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, more on my list. We got number 6, which is wasted hours full of nothingness. So you know when you're at school just sitting there with your head in the desk like that? That's wasted hours. You could be using those hours to be productive, to do stuff that you actually enjoy. Or maybe you're just a lazy person, but you could be spending that time doing something better than sitting there. I feel like half the time in school is wasted. It's just sitting there doing nothing. Just nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, another thing I think breaks shouldn't actually exist. So like first break, second break, I think we should just cast them out. We should just halve the amount of time in the classes. So we cut out breaks, and school should only be like a 3-hour thing. We have the 3 main subjects, English, maths, and then one other one. I reckon that's my personal take on it. Because there's too much wasted time dealing with the kids' discipline and all those different aspects, which is just a waste of time. So that's when we have wasted hours, and I mean, you could be spending that doing better things. But these days, kids are so lazy, even if you take them home, they're not going to do anything better anyway. So then again, it's got pros and cons for both type of people. If you're a productive person, it can be very wasteful. But if you're a lazy person, it's probably better to be at school. You know what I'm saying? Alright, that was my con. I have a few more cons, so let's move on to it. Yeah, like I was saying before, I think it links to the second one. School programs you to think like an employee. When I say this, I mean that school trains you to be like a robot. It trains you to think in a way that's like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Take orders from the man. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but I believe it's true. I mean, the school is just here. Essentially what it's here to do is to educate the kids in a way that's going to train them for when they go out to the real world to get a job. Yeah, so my computer actually died and I have to like recharge it, so I just fixed that. But what I mean by school programs you to be like a robot is it literally trains you to take yes or no. It just like, do this, do that, do this. Just do whatever your job wants, do this to get the job. And it doesn't make you think out the box as to starting your own business and those types of things. And I do business class. It doesn't teach me about how to start a business. It just teaches me analyzing a business. So like, just things like environmental aspects in the business, which, I mean, I guess are useful if you want to start a business, but I just don't feel that's essential. I think right now we should be learning about how to start a business. What are the things we have to do to launch a business? Like those types of things that are more, applicable to our life. Okay, so moving on, I have school puts pressure on you and can have a strain on your family and relationships. I believe that can be true, and well, if you're putting a lot of strain on yourself, that can also put a lot of strain on your family because you get worried, and then generally when someone else gets worried in the family, it can have an impact on other people. So I guess a way to manage that would be to be more efficient in your studying, and that's something I've learned how to do. And I'm still not the best at it, but being efficient in how you do things is very essential. So just planning out your time, scheduling everything. I feel like that's just going to let you be a lot more productive. Because I was just sitting on my desk for like hours doing absolutely... Well, I was trying to do work, but then, I just wasn't ready. And my friend Lachlan said, here's a strategy. When you feel productive, that's when you do the work. So you can just leave it to the last minute and then you just do it. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, I just burped. But that's what I mean by that. Yeah, so just don't put too much pressure on yourself. And yeah, because that can have a strain on your relationships. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the pros of school, because there are pros, and I'm not going to sit here and rant about how school sucks, because it does a little, but there are good things about it. And just a quick disclaimer, I was filming previously in the day, and it's now the night, because we went to go to our sailing boat and to fix it up, so it's now the night time. My brother's watching anime next door, so it will be, maybe you can hear that, I don't know. Mum's cooking backstairs, like behind the door, yeah. So, yeah, new set, just, it might be a bit loud. Anyway, let's continue on. Let me move the speaker here. Alright, so according to my list, I had to adjust it for the pros because I had to think of some pros. School gives you an opportunity to socialize with people your age. And yeah, that's one positive that school can bring. Because when you're out in the public, you don't get to socialize with people your age. Well, you do, but you have to search for them. At least at school, they just gather the sheep together and you just get to herd them. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. I can't really say more about that because that's a pretty obvious thing. Categorize age, you get to socialize with people your age. Good thing, good stuff. Alright, the next pro I had is for those of you who are lazy. If you're a lazy guy, well, school's good for you. Because it gets you off your butt and makes you do something. But if you're like me, I'm very productive. I get stuff done. I'm not bragging or anything. I'm not saying I'm the better person. Just because I'm more productive doesn't mean anything. I'm not, saying anything bad about anyone. But I'm very productive and I feel like school, just a waste of time. Most of it's a waste of time, and that's why I think it's pretty bad. But for those of you who are couch dwellers, sitting on the couch watching Adventure Time or regular show, I think school is good for you and you should always stay in school. And because that's just gonna make you do stuff. Because watching regular shows is not gonna help your brain develop. Am I right? I am right, because you can't protest with what I'm saying. Alright, next thing. Sometimes, okay, I'll say it again. Sometimes school can be very fun. And good, yeah. So sometimes school can be very fun when you're having when social stuff's going great, your grades are going great, everything's just rolling, your hormones are up, dopamine's flooding in your head, that is great. You're feeling good, you're in your teens, this is the best time you've ever had in your life. And that can be a good experience. And if you don't go to school, you can't really get that experience because it's good to feel that with people your age, Being around people your age is very comforting and very nice because you're like, they're on the same pathway in life and that's just a great thing. Am I in frame? I feel like, because I'm looking above the camera, but I feel like this camera's odd. So I think I'm alright. But yeah, as you guys know what I'm saying? Can you hear my brother yelling? I'm sure you can. But yeah, that's what I've lost the plot. Yeah, so as I was saying, school can be fun. So really, just enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. Okay, so do I actually want to drop out? The answer is no, I'm not going to drop out. And the reason as to why I'm not going to drop out, I think school is valuable in the sense that it gives you an education that you can use in university and then that you can use to get a job. And part of the system, you have to go to university to get a job these days. So I think that's where it's needed. And that's why I'm not going to do anything stupid like drop out. But for those of you who have a plan, maybe your family has a business, then maybe dropping out is a thing you could do. But for people like me who need to rely on, if things go bad in business ventures or something such as that, I need to have a backup, and that's my backup plan. Something to do with, for me, it's going to be to do with digital technologies, IT, computer. Sorry, that was mom speaking back there. But I don't know how to program. I just think IT is the future because that's where things are going. Computers, that's where everything's going these days. It's robotics, all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to do a voice outro. So this is the last time you'll see me in person, so enjoy my beautiful face. Lovely. Okay, I'll catch you guys later, and we're going to swipe out to the conclusion I made. So what does this mean? Do we cave in and be robots, or rebel against the man? I've come to a thought out conclusion, and it revolves around the idea of efficiency. At the end of the day, schools needed to get through life, enabling everyday citizens to get jobs. And most likely I'm going to be working, and well, that requires an education in the Pythagorean triangle. So, the take-home message from this is to be efficient and spend most of your time exploring your creative boundaries and less time learning garbage. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.